Hello guys, welcome back to GPU Tester. Today we're going to be comparing the RX 6800 XT against the RX 6600. You can see the specifications of the card on screen right now, and you will also be able to see the test bench I'll be using to benchmark these cards. First game on the list is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We're going to be playing at 1440p using the extreme quality preset. At 1440p, looking at these 1% lows, we can see that the 6600 struggles quite a bit, with it averaging a 53 FPS average, 23 FPS in the 1% lows, and 21 FPS in the 0.1% lows. On the other hand, the 6800 XT gets an average of 116, 1% lows coming at 61, and 0.1% lows coming at 56. The 1% and 0.1% lows are pretty low for these cards, and especially for the 6800 XT I was expecting more, but this game does have pretty low 1% lows on other cards as well. Next game on the list is Counter-Strike. We're playing at 1440p at the very high settings. And unlike Modern Warfare, Counter-Strike is really well optimized and it doesn't stutter too much every now and then. In terms of averages, we get 358 on the 6800 XT and 136 on the 6600. Similarly, the 0.1% lows come in at 282 and 90. Next game on the list is Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to be playing at 1440p using the high settings. In terms of averages, we get 93 on the 6800 XT and 43 on the 6600. One good thing about the 6600 is that it draws less than 100 watts of power most of the time, which is pretty impressive when you compare it to 270 watts on the 6800 XT. That does also mean that if you have a 6600 currently in your computer, and if you want to upgrade to a 6800 XT, it's pretty likely that you'll also have to upgrade your power supply unless you already spent a bit more on it to make it future proof. Moving on, next game we have on the list is Dying Light 2. We're going to be playing at 1440p using the high quality preset. In terms of averages, we get an average FPS of 104 on the 6800 XT and 45 on the 6600. Again, we're using 272 watts of power on the 6800 XT and we're using 100 watts of power on the 6600. Similarly, in the 1% lows, the 6800 XT dominates the 6600, with it getting 78 FPS 1% lows compared to the 22 FPS 1% lows. That said, you can enjoy Dying Light 2 on the 6600 if you're not someone that requires 60 FPS all of the time. Next game we have on the list is Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to be playing at 1440p using the high settings. In terms of FPS, we get an average of 86 on the 6800 XT and 39 on the 6600. And to be honest, this kind of performance isn't bad for this game. When I initially played Cyberpunk as well, I played at around a 40 FPS average, so I had a lot of fun playing that game. So if you're going to be playing at 40 FPS, keep your expectations low and you will definitely be able to enjoy the game. Now, this is the 800 XT, however, does a really good job, and you don't have to worry about anything like that. Next game on the list is God of War. And we're going to be playing at 1440p at ultra settings. In terms of averages, we get 51 on the 6600 and 114 on the 6800 XT. The 1% lows on the 6800 XT is 93 compared to 42 on the 6600, which is actually not bad at all, and this game can definitely be enjoyed at these frame rates. The 1% lows are pretty good as well, so you will not be experiencing any major stutters. So if you have a 6600, you should definitely give this game a go. Next game on the list is Spider-Man Miles Morales. And Miles Morales actually sometimes has a problem with stutters. So let us see how it performs here. We're going to be playing at 1440p at the very high settings. And surprisingly enough, there aren't any major stutters here, with the 1% lows being 76 and 47. The averages are 117 on the 6800 XT and 64 on the 6600. Like I said, this game sometimes has a problem with stutters, but that does not appear to be the case right now. Overall, I think you can enjoy the game on both these GPUs. You get 60 plus on the 6600 and 117 FPS on the 6800 XT.
Hey, the app's saying there's a helicopter flying around like it's possessed.
Next game on the list is Uncharted 4. We're going to be playing at 1440p at ultra settings. In terms of averages, we get 117 FPS average on the 6800 XT and 54 FPS average on the 6600 XT. The 1% lows are pretty good as well at 84 and 45. Overall, the experience is decent on both cards, and if you have a 6600 XT, you should be able to enjoy the game as well. You won't get 60 plus FPS, but you should be able to enjoy the game. Next game on the list is Hitman 3. We're going to be playing at 1440p at the ultra settings. In terms of averages, we get 181 FPS on the 6800 XT and 73 FPS average on the 6600. I've been impressed with the 6600, to be honest. There have been a lot of games that it managed to run at 60 plus FPS, which is impressive, to be honest. And Hitman 3 is a game that you can very easily enjoy with the 6600.
Someone is trying to help them out. There's this building where human goes. I think they help.
Next game on the list is Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to be playing at 1440p using the ultra settings. In terms of averages, we get 95 on the 6800 XT and 48 on the 6600. The 1% lows are actually pretty nice as well, as this is a really well optimized title. They are 77 on the 6800 XT and 40 on the 6600. Overall, it's a great experience on both cards. This is a very slow paced title, so 40 plus FPS is all you need. and 6600 delivers it pretty well. Next game on the list is Watch Dogs Legion. We're going to be playing at 1440p at the ultra settings. In terms of averages, we get 97 on the 6800 XT and 54 on the 6600 XT. This is one more game where I think you can definitely enjoy it with the 6600, even though the FPS is a little lower than 60, but that is because this game is a single player title, and single player titles don't really require lightning fast reactions or anything, so it's gonna be a good experience nonetheless. The 1% lows are also pretty good, at 81 with the 6800 XT and 47 with the 6600. Next game on the list is Horizon Zero Dawn. We're going to be playing at 1440p using the ultra quality settings. In terms of averages, the 6800 XT gets an average FPS of 127 and the 6600 gets an average FPS of 49. And Horizon is a pretty fast-paced title sometimes, so maybe it will be difficult to enjoy with the 6600, but I do believe it is still possible. And that will also bring an end to our benchmark. I hope you enjoyed the video, and do let me know in the comments what you thought of it, and if you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down below.